Well, howdy and what's up, Internet? Jeremy with C6 Defense here, and this is a special episode. This is Story Time with Jeremy. There's a PSA I would like to share with everyone, and that is be nice to people because you really don't have any idea what A, somebody's going through, or B, what somebody's capable of. A couple of weeks ago, my wife and I were driving to the store. We pull up to the store, and as we're driving up, there's this car that is parked. Typically there are handicap parking spots like towards the front of the parking area, right? Well, this particular store, there were a couple of handicap parking spots, and then there was a large open spot, no parking area, all yellow striped lines, no parking, and then it's for a van, like if somebody had a handicap van that had a ramp and stuff like that. Anyway, so we're driving up and we're noticing there's a long line of cars, and as we finally get up to the front, there is this car that's parked in the no parking area, like in the spot where this van would be with a ramp. And as we're getting closer, we can see an older lady and a younger guy get out from what looked to be the driver's side of that vehicle and walk towards the building. The young man walks up to the front of the store and just stands there in the front and just kind of watches, which is very strange. Older lady goes inside. And so as we're getting past, trying to get past, like the truck is like halfway into the right of way for the vehicles. It's supposed to be a two-way, and so people can't get around them. People can't get down the other way because people are going around. People can't back out because they're going to hit them, and it's just ridiculous. And again, no, it's not a parking spot, and it's set up specifically for people with a van or people with a vehicle that has a ramp, right? And I happen to know some people that have a ramp, and it'd be very inconvenient for them to try to park there or not be able to park there and not be able to park anywhere else if they were there. So in any case, it's like, wow, this is stupid. So we pull around, we're parking, we park, and we walk towards the store. And this kid, I want to say he's probably 17, maybe 18. I don't know. I don't know if he was the driver, if he was a passenger. All I know is that he got out from that side of the vehicle and walked and just kind of stand and watch. Kids dressed up. I mean, it was Sunday, looked like he just got out of church. Nice suit, kid looked nice. So we're walking by, and I was like, should we say something? My wife and I were talking, like, should we really say something? Are we going to start something if we try to say anything? And as we're walking by, my wife goes, "Excuse me, young man." I mean, she's nice. She goes, "Excuse me, young man. I just want to let y'all know that where you park, that's a really high fine. Because people with whatever, people with handicap parking, the placards or the whatever, if they need to park there for them to have access." And the kid just kind of like gives us this weird look, and then he says, "That's not mine." It's like every police show I've ever watched, the first thing somebody does when they pull them out of the police pull them out of the car and there's crap, contraband on them or whatever, or weapons or whatever in the car. "Oh, that's not mine." So as soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so stupid." And I said, "Dude, I just watched you get out of that car. That we know it's yours. Like, we're trying to help you. Like, just move, and it'll be less inconvenient for everyone, and you won't get a fine if the cops are here, right?" And I was just like, "What?" And so then the kid starts yelling at me, like, loudly, so much so that there's other people coming in and they're like stopping and looking at him. And he starts yelling and telling me, looking at me and saying, come at me. What do you got? I don't care." And I was like, what is going on here? And then as he starts yelling, another lady comes out, apparently from the vehicle, and starts yelling at me and saying, "What are you doing with my son? He doesn't need to, you don't need to worry about him," or anything like that. I was like, "Lady, your son apparently thinks he can handle himself." And whatever. Anyway, she starts yelling and grabs him, and they walk away. And I'm just like, what? So we walk into the store, and me and my wife are joking about it and whatever. And then, as about 5 minutes later, a lady comes and finds us in the store and says, "Hey, just want to let you know that guy that was out there yelling at you. They're walking around the parking lot and acting like they're looking for something or whatever." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, whatever." It's just so stupid. And anyway, that was it. There was nothing happened as we went out to the store. Actually, my wife ended up calling the non-emergency number for the police and just saying, "Hey, there's some people over here illegally parked, and they are, walking around acting like they're looking for something and being irate with people." And by the time we got out of the store, the people were gone. The police had left, so I don't know if they saw the police and left or whatever. But it's just like, wow. So lessons learned. Keep control of your wives, guys. I'm just kidding. No, what she said was fine. She wasn't mean. I was debating on whether saying anything or not, just because I know how people can be. And this kid was just like that. He was really dressed up, real nice looking, but dang, had an attitude. Entitlement, and I didn't do anything wrong. And then as the mom came out and started yelling, I saw exactly where he got that from. But so anyway, story time and PSA. PSA, be nice to people, because you have no idea where people are at in life, what they're going through or whatever. I assumed whoever was driving it was an idiot, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, they could move easily, and the easiest thing is not to be mean or angry at them or act angry at them or whatever, but just say, hey, you know what? We're trying to help you, because if somebody calls that in, or if somebody that actually needs to park there, like, you could get fined a lot, and it would be really bad. And it would be bad also for somebody that needs that and whatever. And obviously this person and the lady that got out had no need of any kind of handicap assistance or whatever. And so whatever, we approached it from that angle, and it did not go well for us. So the PSA is, be nice to people. You got no idea where they're coming from, what they're going on. Also, I'm not trying to make myself sound important or I don't know, in any way intimidating or whatever, or tout any kind of skills. Like, you don't know me from Adam. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know anybody else from Adam, right? So I'm going to be nice to people, because if I just decide to, flip out on somebody, I have no idea what that person's capable of. Like, if I start yelling and screaming at somebody and threatening somebody, like telling somebody to come and try me or whatever, I mean, the culture we live in, that's a high likelihood that somebody might do that. So just randomly threatening strangers is probably not a good idea. And it's also one small thing that you can do to be better prepared every day. It's just be nicer to people. You don't want to get the crap kicked out of you because you mouthed off at the wrong person. Or worse, I mean, there are people out there that will just simply kill you because of the way you look at them. That's not uncommon, right? Or beat you down, or at least shoot you, or something like that. So just be nice to people. You might live longer. And hopefully, I have a feeling that that kid's probably not going to learn until he gets beat down by somebody. But hopefully he learns before that. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I know, that I've seen, that I know that probably could use a good beat down. But you don't necessarily want to invite that. Seriously? You were going, and then you were quiet, and I started making video, and now you gotta go again. Yeah, you. Trying to steal the show. Anyway, PSA, be nice to people. You have no idea what they're going through or what they're capable of. Again, not that I'm capable of much, but holy crap, that would have... if he would have mouthed off to the wrong person, it wouldn't have ended well for him. And so, take that as you will, and hopefully, maybe it'll help you to be more considerate of people, and in that case, we can be better prepared every day. So, hopefully that, if nothing else, is entertaining, and I'll see you next time.